Good morning and welcome back everyone to Rejects and Friends Rapid Fire 2026. We are here to kick off day 3 of our event. We have an excellent run for you lined up of Mega Man 10 with your average link, but real quick, a quick reminder that we are still here raising money for Planned Parenthood Federation of America. If you have the means and would like to help us out, exclamation point donate in the chat if you would like to see that little link. And once you're on our Tiltify page, where you can join us in supporting Planned Parenthood and all of the good they do for helping all sorts of physical health, providing resources to people who might not otherwise have access to those, all of that great stuff. You can also click on one of our fabulous incentives that are open right now. We do have a brand new raffle open that will only be open for the duration of this run. This will be about a 40-minute run, and I have it on good authority that we might run under. So if you would like to get your name in for our raffle for the Mega Man 10 poster by Isaiah C. Animation, you really want to get that in as fast as possible. You're going to want to hit the add to cart thing, and that'll be a $15 or more donation to be eligible for the Mega Man 10 poster. And if you would like to see what you're looking at, that is exclamation point schedule to check out the preview on our schedule program. Also, while you're doing that, we still have our 2 polls open that will be open for the rest of today until Pokemon Platinum, which will be our finale run. That is Pokemon Platinum Choose the Evolution. Currently, Flareon is winning. Jolteon and Vaporeon fans are sad. If you want to make them less sad, especially if they are you can put your money towards that. Or we have the Pokemon Platinum starter poll, where currently Teddy Ursa is winning with $15, but you could also choose Porygon, Mantike, Absol, or Hitmontop. So all of that can be double dipped with the raffle, which is again, $15 minimum donation. Hit the add to cart, make sure that you get your name in for that. Anyway, without further ado, I think it is time for the robots to take over. Gal, are the robots attacking?
Yeah, more or less. As you might have seen in the intro that was playing in the background, this curious virus called Roboenza has been taking over the world of Mega Man 10 circa 20XX, and many humans find it difficult to perform even simple tasks without their robot helpers. Pertinent commentary on today's world. Anyway, we're gonna try and eradicate that virus, so yeah. I'm YourAverageLink. I primarily run Zelda games, but this is the one non-Zelda game that I have done runs of, so I'm excited to show this off, I guess. And joining me is my commentator, Berter, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yep. Good morning. My name is Berter. I have played like 2 hours of Mega Man Battle Network 1, and that's all of my experience with the Mega Man series. So, you know, looking forward to seeing Yell buster this game wide open.
Yeah, so this category will be base and easy mode. So when you start in the game, you have a choice of character. There's Mega Man, Proto Man, and Base, who we're interested in. Base, you can see here, in-game demonstrates his abilities. He can shoot in multiple directions, 7 of them, all except for straight down for whatever reason. He can dash, and yeah, he can jump, unsurprisingly, I guess. And then there's easy, normal, and hard mode. I originally wanted to have an incentive to potentially play on normal mode. Unfortunately, we weren't able to support that, but that means that we get to show off easy mode, which is more consistent in a marathon setting, so that's always nice.
Yeah, and as you can see here on the screen, easy mode has more safety platforms and fewer enemies. And then there's also some enemy AI behaviors that are different and more consistent, although slower in a couple spots on easy.
Yeah, generally it's safer and at least faster for me. So In this game, there are 8 Robot Masters, and then the Wily stages afterwards. You can complete the Robot Masters in any order. As far as timing goes, timing starts upon selecting the first Robot Master and ends upon landing the final hit. So we're going to be starting with Commando Man, and I guess real quick, regarding the raffle and donations, I have this little theme for donations that I like to call Life and Death. So every time if I happen to die, I will add, we'll say $15 to the donation, since that's a minimum for the raffle. And if ever an enemy drops a extra life item, which is pretty rare, but it can happen. If an enemy drops an extra life, I will donate $28 for the 28 health points that I have. So.
Alright, getting a notepad out. I will match you on that, y'all, but now we have to, this is gonna be complicated. Okay.
No one told me that life and death had so much math.
Alright, so without further ado, if we're ready, we're gonna start with Commando Man in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so one thing, part of why we're going after Commando Man first, if you've played other older Mega Man games, you may be familiar with the bosses basically having typed weaknesses to each other's weapons. Commando Man is a decent early one to get because of that, but then also, I think he said he's essentially the weakest to the base buster. Is that correct, Yao?
Yeah, so we'll see when we get to the boss, but he has this weird quirk where he doesn't have iframes if he's in the air, so because Base's Buster is rapid fire, haha, shoutouts to Rejects and Friends Rapid Fire, you can essentially just do multiple hits in succession without having to worry about the cooldown that normally would have to transpire, so.
Right.
Even though we're not going to have access to his actual weakness, for now at least. Oh, well, there's $15.
Right, there's
Oops.
one.
Well, I was trying to hit treble there. Treble is is Base's equivalent to Rush Coil and Rush Jet, which, as you've seen me utilize here, allows me to fly around pretty freeform. And yeah, it also means that I don't take any knockback if I take damage with it active, so pretty useful generally. There we go. That's what was supposed to happen. I can also just like run and jump through this section, but flying through is safer, well, as long as you don't miss.
You can also see most of the movement tech here for Base. When you're not flying, involves the dashing along the ground.
Yeah, the neat part about involving this stage specifically is normally I would be slowed down if I were moving along the quicksand, but if you dash and then jump, you retain your horizontal velocity in midair, which you don't do if you're sliding in other Mega Man games, for instance. So,
right.
If I just dash and then jump, then I can keep going fast, and yeah.
You can also see there Yao, I mean, both because he didn't need to, playing on easy and just really out-damaging the boss, wasn't trying to super avoid the damage, but especially at the end there, you want to be as close to the center of the screen as possible, because you will run to the middle of the screen before you jump up to grab the boss weapon.
Alright, so now we're going on to Blade Man. Blade Man is weak to the Commando Bomb, which is why we're doing this next.
As well as, you really want to get the Triple Blade, right? It's like the best raw damage.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's the best weapon in this game, just because it's pretty simple yet effective. So we'll see that once we make use of it. So Tri-Castle here is a little mini boss. We'll just buster it down.
Is it also weak to Commando Bomb, or...
I don't think so.
Okay.
Moreover, we'll go over this during the boss fight, but Commando Bomb, like, things that are weak to Commando Bomb are weak to the shockwaves that get sent out when it hits a wall, not the shot itself, so there isn't really anything to hit the bomb with. There's no walls or anything, so it makes sense if they just wouldn't bother making that a weakness.
True.
One thing I haven't really mentioned either is, unlike the other Mega Mans 1 through 9, I guess actually 7 and 8 might have this, but unlike Mega Man 9 at least, I am able to quickly swap weapons without menuing, just by pressing L and R, in this case on the Switch Pro controller, which is nice because, well, menuing is slow, and it also means that there are certain cases where I want to despawn an instance of a weapon so I can shoot another one, and swapping is a good way to do that. And yeah, the fight was pretty quick, but you saw there that I was trying to hit the wall near where Blade Man was so that the shockwaves was hitting. And that's the actual weakness there. Alright. So next up is Nitro Man. So everything is going to be vehicle themed here. Here there will be little train cars. However, if I hit that stoplight up there with a somewhat precise triple blade, I can stop them from spawning in. In this section, they are moving in my direction. However, on easy mode, they move slower, so I can actually just outrun them as space.
That's true. And so we're doing Nitro Man. So you might think that the triple blade is Nitro Man's weakness. That is not the case. Although the triple blade is kind of every boss's weakness. So
yeah, it's the universal backup, as I'll call it, because it's, I guess, secondary effect if you want to call. Oh, that's an extra life drop. That's $28.
all right.
You're gonna run me dry.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's a great backup weapon just because of how much damage it does, and there's also a quirk. So it shoots out 3 blades, makes sense, triple blade. Each one of them can hit at the same time, so there aren't iframes like between the different projectiles. So that's part of why it can do so much damage. But so, why would we want to come here next specifically if it is not the weakness from the triple blade yell?
Well, because the weapon that we get from Nitro Man has a very useful secondary effect aside from just being a weapon. I don't believe it's shown off in the little demo here after the stage, so...
Yeah,
so
we should get to see it on the next stage.
Yeah, a little bit. This is the wheel cutter. You'll notice how I can hold it on my Buster before letting it go, so that'll be important for its usage.
While we're getting into the next stage, do you have time for a quick donation?
Sure.
Yep.
Because we got $5 in from Herminator, who says, Pippy, you know me, you know what this donation means. Mods, ban this user, please! And, sure.
We love you, Herminator.
Herminator is dearly beloved, temporarily gone.
But not forgotten.
Not forgotten. Does that mean $15 for life and death for the temporary death of Herminator in the Rejects and Friends Twitch chat? I'm not quite sure.
You know what? I'll count that one. I'll pour one out for my boy.
Yeah, so we can see
Thank you for your
here...
generous donation.
You can see there really briefly, right at the end of the stage, Yao using the wheel cutter. Do you want to go into what that actually does for you in the stage itself, Yao?
Yeah, so if you hold the wheel cutter along a wall, you will quickly accelerate along said wall, and it's the fastest way to move vertically, especially since we don't have rush coil the way that Mega Man would. So, since treble doesn't move super fast vertically, it's nice to have this as an option. Speaking of treble, I'm just going to use that to move along this last part here.
Yep, and then, yeah, and Strike Man is the actual weakness of the Triple Blade, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, if you do get up real close and just, like, kind of spam the weapon, it just completely melts his health bar, so... Another boss down.
I'm sorry, was this stage topical FIFA-themed Mega Man?
It's actually baseball-themed. That's why
Wait,
it's...
what? With those soccer balls that had spikes on them? Well, I guess soccer
I
balls
don't know.
usually have spikes.
Maybe it's generic,
You know,
generic
sports ball.
themed. Generic sports themed, but Strike Man
Yeah.
is supposed to be like a pitcher, so...
He
Joe
did look like a
Sportsman.
baseball.
So from one goofy-looking robot master to the next, this is Sheepman. Sheepman's got a pretty good stage theme, and is weak to the rebound striker because it's rubber, I guess.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense, I guess, because Sheepman is electric. You can also see here there are a lot of blocks on this stage that disappear like a couple seconds after you step on them. That's kind of like the stage gimmick here.
Don't you worry, there'll be
some interesting things like that.
there'll be
Where... Uh-oh. Well, okay, broke the light bulb.
Yeah, it was in my way, so. So just a little bit of treble boost here, to get past this platforming. And now everybody's favorite Yoku blocks. So they're purple in this game, but still just as annoying as ever, so I'm just gonna fly through this section.
That sounds like a good call. We did also miss it. I think I was probably just in the middle of saying something. That last mini-boss was weak to the commando bomb, but it's not super convenient to get a quick kill on it, which is why y'all just went with the tried and true triple blade.
On normal mode, you can get a quick kill with it, but the little jellyfish bulbs that it spawns get in the way on easy mode, so can't really do that. So the gimmick of the rebound striker is it gets stronger the more times it bounces off of a wall, so I'm not trying to directly hit. Of course, this guy's decided to be annoying, but I'm trying to like bounce off the wall and bank shot to get my hits in.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, could have been worse.
So do you want to talk about the weapon you just got? Real quick?
Yeah, so this is the Thunder Wool. It does that, it spawns a cloud that only later spawns a lightning bolt. And unfortunately, as is the case with many weapons in this game, it's the secondary effect that is actually doing the damage, so my attempt at using it on this stage will be interesting.
Yeah, and it is a much tighter window on the lightning bolt than how wide the cloud is, so you have to know exactly where in the cloud the lightning comes from, and then be planning on that to hit the enemy, so a little bit more precise.
In that area, there was earlier a branching path, however, going down is considerably faster than going up, so we're going down.
That's true, and there are also Lots of spikes here, so that's terrifying because those are instant death. And also, currents in some of the rooms. Some will speed you along faster, and then there are also 1 or 2 rooms that have currents heading against you to slow you down.
Yeah,
And
they
now
can
we
be
have
tough
Fun
to
Bit.
manage. Please jump over. Of course not. Oh my goodness. Please. There we go. So, the lightning bolt is the primary, like, weakness. However, if he is being hit by a lightning bolt and I hit with the cloud, that also counts as a weakness hit for whatever reason. Unfortunately, Thunderbolt uses quite a lot of weapon energy each time, so I ran out there and had to use Triple Blade as a backup. But Triple Blade is pretty reliable, so... We have a pretty unique shield weapon here, the Water Shield, where each water bubble like has its own separate hitbox but goes away if it hits something. We'll see it a little bit in this stage. We'll also see a lot of the wheel cutter because it's very vertical, so climbing up these walls. I'm just gonna fly over this. So this is Suzak and Phoenix, 2 little Firebird robots as a mini-boss. As base, it's nice because you can shoot upwards, which you can't as Mega Man.
Yeah, that sounds pretty useful for a flying boss.
Some more vertical sections, and then another conveyor belt section. Water Shield is convenient for... well, it doesn't usually prevent me from getting hit every time, as you can see, but getting some of the fire things away. More walls.
And yeah, so the water shield, kind of similar to how it's working to block attacks from enemies or deal damage upon hitting an enemy there. It will very much function the same way here against Solar Man. So like each one of the circles or orbs, whatever, will deal damage to him on contact.
This level I especially want to be in the center when it ends, just because if I'm outside, then I'll have to jump to end up here, which is more time lost than it normally would be. Solar Man decided to run away near the end, so that was kind of annoying. But gives Solar Blaze, which is a pretty cool weapon, but not as cool as this stage coming up. Chillman, the last Robot Master.
Can't talk about something else that's pretty cool.
Yeah, go for it.
Because we did just get a $250 donation match that has been initiated by Anonymous. Thank you so much to the ever generous Anonymous. So for the next $250 that get donated to Planned Parenthood Federation of America via Rejects and Friends Rapid Fire 2026, every dollar you donate will be matched by Anonymous. So you donate $1, that's $2. If you donate the cost of 1 coffee, you donate the cost of 2 coffees. If you donate 1 Mega Man, I don't think it duplicates Mega Man, I'm sorry. But it does duplicate dollars, and dollars are really good for charity. So thank you so much, Anonymous.
Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, someone else matching us with the the donations that we're going to be doing for the lives and deaths in this run.
Yeah, if you donate 1 extra life worth, it does become 2 extra lives worth. So
Hopefully we won't need to see too many of those extra lives, but we'll see.
yeah, only have so much money to go around.
So if you're getting donations in for that, those $250 were put towards our starter for platinum being Mantike.
Oh, excellent.
If you are a Mantike hater, you could use your voice for the anti-Mantike.
I will say
I don't know what Mantike is.
Mantike is the baby form of Mantine. It's very, very cute, which is a great reason to donate for it on its own. But it is also
Hold on, we're Googling. Oh no, it's so adorable.
It's also like not good, and I've heard that it's going to be one of the hardest ones to route because it has a really weird evolution condition. You have to have a Remoraid in your party. So that's a good one. That's a good one for them to put in on.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely on Team Mantike now. Like, also, everybody should be on other teams as well, because the other ones are very cute. And, like, listen, it's a Porygon, but, like, a fish waving hello to me was a lovely addition to my day. Thank you, Anonymous, for the introducing me to Mantike.
Teddiursa is also very cute if people are interested in that.
It's so true.
So, one thing that we missed, which we might get to see again here from the last boss. So what is the name of this weapon, Yao? I don't remember.
The wheel cutter.
Sorry,
Solar Blaze?
Yes. Is it just called the Solar Blaze? Okay.
Yeah.
When Yao was using that in the last boss fight against Chillman, he was actually quick switching on and off of it, with the reason for that being you can only have the one instance of the weapon active at a time, but if you switch off and back on, it despawns it. So once he hits the boss, he wants to despawn it so that he can spawn it again more quickly.
Yeah. We also yeah, banger alert for this stage. We kind of zoomed past it, but the bosses in this stage are what are called the weapons archives, or yeah, weapons archive, not weapon archives, where they have sort of ghosts of bots from previous Mega Man games 1 through 9. We had 1, 2, and 3 earlier. This is 4, 5, and 6. Their weaknesses are sort of coordinate to what their weaknesses were in their source games. So we saw Rebound Striker for Napalm Man because it bounces like the Crystal Eye. There's no wind weapon in this game, so we can't have Flame Man's weakness, but, you know, water beats fire. We all know Pokemon. So they use Water Shield instead. And then Ring Man was weak to the Pharaoh Shot, so Solar Blaze is another sun-based weapon. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice touch that they thought about the weaknesses like that.
Yeah, it's always nice. That sort of fun attention to detail.
Some more hallways here.
We did get through a lot of dangerous spike rooms there. Yao locked in so as to not get another death.
Yeah. The spike drops in this stage aren't that bad. There's one that's a little bit scarier in Wily 3, but still manageable.
Oh, I think that's the one that I'm probably thinking about. Is that the one that you ran into once or twice in the practice run?
I don't know. But these are 7, 8, and 9. That's Frostman from Mega Man 8. This is Tornado Man from Mega Man 9. Wow, I barely missed. That's annoying.
Yeah, you can see there a great example of how precise the lightning is for Sheepman's Bull Blaster, or whatever it's called.
Thunderwool. Alright, and Slash Man is supposed to be weak to the Chill Spike, but it's the actual spike, and lining up the spike is really annoying, so I just use Triple Blade instead. So I skipped past it, but there was a little cutscene there where Base got sick with Roboenza, however Treble just kind of had a pill for him for whatever reason. Because I think in the normal Mega Man lore, Mega Man gets sick and then Roll gives him the medicine that she was going to use. But it's not Mega Man, it's Spaceman.
That's true.
All right, Wily 2 now. This is one of the scarier stages. But yeah. More
I would
mini
also like to
verticals.
remind everyone, we are just over 20 minutes into the run, and that is a 40-minute estimate, and this is the only run where you can enter to win that Mega Man 10 poster by Isaiah C. Animation. So get your $15 donations in right now if you would like a chance to win the poster. Short run, running short on time.
Oh my goodness, that's another $28.
All right.
Oh man.
You can see there were some crushers there. Those are also instant death. And you're saying those are on a global cycle, right, Yao?
Yeah, throughout the stage, they are there, and especially as based with how relatively like less consistent, like when you're playing as Mega Man, because there's no slides, it's more, at least from what I've been told, it's easier to know roughly where the cycle is. Here I'm just going to wait for, like, I roughly know how to do it after that cycle, or after that crusher goes through. I messed up the movement there, so I'm just gonna do this to be safe. Alright. And now everybody's favorite Crab Puncher. This one is another one of those enemies with annoying weaknesses. In this case, I need to hit with the Commando Bomb, but again, it's not a direct hit. It has to hit the wall nearby so that the shockwaves hit, and then sometimes he can guard himself like that, preventing me from doing so. And he's doing it again, because of course he is. I'm not even going to try to use...
And the hitboxes are just on the eyes themselves, not any part of the body.
Yeah.
Which is
Actually,
part of why Yao was shooting the Commando Bomb into the middle of the face so the shockwaves would hit the eyes.
Real quick, we just got another anonymous $250 donation match. Thank you so much. That is so generous. But now your donations will be multiplied by 3 for the remainder of these donation matches. Your dollar can be tripled. Still don't know if the Mega Man gets tripled. We're working on the science. But your dollar will get tripled, and that also... Anonymous is also putting that money towards Mantike. So Mantike is really far ahead right now.
Alright everyone, the benefit of the donation matches, if you really want to see something else, it's the best time to put in the money, because it's getting like effectively doubled, and gonna need a lot of love. Basically using up those donation matches entirely if you want to see anything except for Mantike.
Yeah, you donate during the donation matches to use these generous donation matches against Anonymous's wishes to go against Mantike. Or you say that you enjoy having a fish wave hello to you and instead decide that you want more fish waving hello to you and then put your money towards a Vaporeon. That's what I would do.
I mean, that's fair. It is very cute. I'm actually a Mantike enjoyer, so I'm totally happy with it being Mantike. But, you know, if you're not, gotta get that in.
We also did get a $15 donation from Sandy Beach. It was a $15.67 donation, but it got multiplied by 3. So there's no more 6-7, except for the comment that says 0.67 for the most 6-7 Pokemon on the list. Man.
Tyke.
Yeah, this level has a lot of elevator auto-scrollers. I don't think there's a ton to say specifically about those. At the end of the water segment with the spikes, you may have seen Yao standing on the spikes briefly. The reason that did not kill him is because of I'm pretty sure intentional damage boost, which then gives you the iframe so you can land on it and jump off. So that's also a little bit of movement tech there. Do you want to talk about this very dangerous, fast-moving boss?
Yeah, so this is Block Devil, where the blocks move slower because I'm on easy mode. Yay. And I'm not actually able to deal any damage until the eye comes into frame, so that'll be happening shortly.
This is an example of something specifically slower on easy because you have to wait for the blocks to finish moving before you can damage the boss.
And it is weak to the rebound striker, so again I'm bank shotting to get as much damage as possible.
It was one cycle though, so that's good.
Yeah, if it's not one cycle, it is extremely slow because the blocks all have to go back into the wall, and then the eye does show up like out of bounds and you can hit it, but still. Alright, so Wily 4 is the obligatory boss rush stage. Once I climb up some ladders.
We have been informed via the chat that Tiltify is responsible for anonymizing our donation matches. And our donor shall be officially revealed once the donation match is completed, but it was supposed to have a note that said, Day 3 hype. Thank you, Anonymous.
Nice.
That is definitely not Ryan O. Thank you. Totally anonymous.
Alright, so we didn't see it first time we were fighting this boss because I didn't have it at the time, but Nitro Man is weak to the chill spike, so but again it's the actual spike, not the projectile itself.
Right. And so that's why you saw Yell intentionally shooting it like in front of him so that he would drive onto it.
Please let me hit you, thank you. Okay.
Another thing to keep in mind, you don't get your weapon energy refilled between the boss fights here, correct?
Yeah, no, and between stages generally as well, but easy mode has a lot of, if you saw me pick up those little pinwheel items, that's called a Yashichi, and it restores all of my health and weapon energy. It also graciously does so without, like, stopping the game. You might have seen anytime I pick up a health or weapon energy refill, the game briefly pauses while the bar is filling up, but the Yashichi doesn't do that, so that's nice.
Oh, that's good. Quick kill.
Yep. Each of these bosses is just in the same position that they appear in on the title screen, so... Hope you guys like bank shots, because there's more. Okay, that was a lot nicer than last time.
Nice. That was very clean.
Do you have a moment for a quick donation?
Sure.
Because I have
Sure.
a $10 donation here from Nimbus, which has been tripled to $30, who would like to say my favorite Pokemon is Absol. Hat face. That money was not put towards Absol. It was put towards Jolteon. Thank you. Also, a quick welcome into our raid party. We are currently raising money for Planned Parenthood Federation of America, and we do also have a 3 times donation match, so you join us at a lovely time. If you would like to do !donate in the chat to help us with the great cause of providing sexual wellness checks and healthcare to people who might not otherwise be able to afford it, you get to get your money tripled. It's neat. Also, you can help us pick Pokemon for later. Everybody's got Pokemon opinions.
Alrighty, so
That's true.
those are all of the bosses redone, and now is Wily Machine. So this first skull part is weak to the Solar Blaze, so once again I'm going to be doing my quick swap thing. One danger that can befall you if you're trying to quick swap is that if you happen to press L and R at the same time, the game will auto switch you back to the Buster, just as a little convenience thing. but it's inconvenient if I happen to get sloppy with my swaps in and out. So this phase is weak to the water shield.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing.
Alrighty. I hope you like space elevators, because we're gonna be going up. And 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 up even further. To face the threat from outer space, as the Japanese version of this game is subtitled, I believe. This stage is more or less a victory lap, like there's nothing super dangerous here. There's a few spikes, but if I don't do that, then I can quickly get past them.
As you face the threat from outer space, might I also remind everyone that our greatest threat for this run might be that this run is not very long. And as we are approaching the end of it, remember also that if for a $15 donation, you can get entered to win our raffle for a Mega Man 10 poster by Isaiah C. Animation, and that raffle will be closing at the end of this run. So, last chances. Real quick.
Yeah,
I
if you
mean,
wanna...
last chances. This is the boss.
Yeah, if you
This
wanna...
is literally last one.
If you wanna match the life and death theme, we're at $73, I think, total? 56 plus 50...
71.
Oh yeah, math is hard. But this boss is weak to the chill spike. It's the actual projectile this time because there's nothing on which to throw a spike besides the floor. And that's time. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of time to talk about that, but yeah. That one it's kind of difficult to do quickly because there's not a lot of horizontal range to the chill spike. But yeah, that was Mega Man 10 base easy mode. If I didn't PB yesterday, this would be faster than my PB. But yeah, you just never give up with your half-brained plans for world domination. And then he catches Robo-Enza.
Oh
Well,
no.
Oh, I thought he
Fake-
was dying
fake
in
PB.
space from lack of oxygen.
It turns out lack of oxygen and Robo-Enza are both really bad for you.
Go figure. But he had a change of heart and left a bunch of Robo-Enza cures. And then he disappeared for 8 years until Mega Man 11.
Look, sometimes he had long Robo-Enza.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, GG's, you know, that was a
Very
fun
GG's.
fun run. Great watch.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me for commentary.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any final notes or shoutouts that you would like to say at the end of this run?
I guess shoutouts to... I haven't really interacted a lot with other Mega Man 10 community runners, but watching their runs to sort of learn by example was really helpful. So I think a few of them might have been might have joined us in chat today since I did let them know that I'd be doing this. But yeah, hopefully I get to do more runs of this sometime. And yeah,
Where can they find
thanks
you, Yao?
So you can allegedly find me at twitch.tv/YourAverageLink. However, I haven't been live for several months because I've been busy with other stuff. But if I ever get the time to stream and do speedruns again, that's where you'll find me. I put my Blue Sky page on the schedule, but I don't really post there. But you can find me there, I guess.
And I am Berter. You can find me at twitch.tv/bugberter. I also stream incredibly inconsistently, but have been learning Resident Evil Requiem on and off. Very, very fun game. So I will hopefully get to speedrunning that on stream before too long. And then also just occasionally play random other stuff or drag Goof into calls to make cursed Tamagotchi characters.
That is a noble pastime right there. Well, while our runner and commentators' stream schedules might be inconsistent, you know what is going to be consistent? The rest of Rejects and Friends, because we do have more to the schedule. And you know what else is consistent? That 3 times donation match is still running for the next quite a bit amount of money. It's like $400 or something like that? Or no, not 400. I can't do math. It's an amount of money. It's 250. But it's not 500, but it is. I don't know how to do math. But thank you to everyone who's been taking advantage of that, including Phil7. Thank you so much for the $15 donation with no comment, and for getting in for that raffle prize, and for weighing in on our Poke polls. We are going to take a quick break right now before we get ready for our next run, and this will be the end of my host time with y'all today and for the rest of the event, because the event runs until the end of today. So thank you everyone so much for having me. Thank you Variety for Raph. Thank you runners and commentators for excellent showcases, and I leave you after the break in the capable hands of one Pumpkin Spice. Enjoy the music, everyone.